So today's video is all about living alone. So I have been living by myself for about 4 months now, and I just wanted to do a video on it, and you guys have submitted a bunch of questions on Facebook, and the very first one is from Glay Litusken, and she asked me if I have encountered any paranormal experiences in this apartment. So number one, I'm really thankful that this apartment is really small. You wouldn't think that there are any ghosts in here. But there was this one time I was vlogging in the kitchen area, and the restroom was right beside me or behind me, and the door to the restroom was not entirely closed because I left a little bit of it open and it was all dark inside. So I was vlogging, and then when I edited the vlog for that day, I saw that a white thing passed behind me. So I was freaking out. I was thinking if it was a ghost or whatnot. So I decided to reenact the entire vlogging scene, and it turns out that the light from the kitchen area passed through the little crevice from the door and it reflected the toilet. So it wasn't a ghost or anything like that. It was the toilet. Nakakaloka lang. Next question is from my good friend Joyce Sola, and she asked me if I am afraid of the dark. I am afraid of the dark, and the only time I can sleep with all the lights out in the apartment is when Mark is with me or someone is sleeping over. So I cannot sleep alone with all the lights out. I need to have one light on, and it's usually the light in the kitchen area. So yes, I am afraid of the dark. Third question is from Raby Bernal Olympia, and she asked me what are the disadvantages and advantages of being independent or living alone. So advantage for me has got to be having my own space so that I can work or film whenever I want, and if ever there are days when I just want to sleep all day, I could. And one of the disadvantages would have to be you have to take care of yourself. So in my case, no one is supporting me anymore. I pay all the bills with my own money. I cook my own food. I basically do everything on my own. So that is one of the disadvantages. You have to take care of yourself. You have a big responsibility. Bea Lalaine, and she asked me how I budget my money for all the expenses here in the apartment, and how much money do I set aside for those expenses. So I won't go into money figures, but I have a bunch of stuff that I need to pay every month, like insurance. I have rent, water bill, electricity bill, groceries, laundry, internet. So I have a bunch of those stuff, and I just see to it that I pay all those every month. And I also save some money for my savings, of course, diba? And next one is from Maria Nobela Calma Fuentes. How do you handle boredom? I barely get bored in the apartment because I always have work to do. I always have videos to film, to edit, to upload, work to finish, and all that stuff. So I barely get bored. But if ever I do get bored, I would just watch a movie and play videos on YouTube because I don't have any TV in the apartment. So my television is the internet. So bonggang internet. Next one is from Aina Lalaine. She was asking me if it is difficult to budget if you are aiming for a healthy living. I'm not really close to like the wet market. I still have to take a car ride or a jeepney ride, and it's just not practical. I think now is just not the time for me to be eating healthy, like super healthy every day. Healthy living is expensive, but we'll get to it sometime soon. Next one is from Chloe Pagdanganan. How does it feel to live alone? It feels good and bad at the same time. Good because you get all the freedom you have, and sometimes bad because there are days when you just don't want to be a grown-up. And I know a lot of you guys feel that sometimes, and you just don't want to deal with any responsibilities. Next one is from Mary Ann. Miss Tay, how much would someone prepare if they intend to live alone? Can you give an estimate? So if you are planning to live alone, if you're gonna rent out a condo or an apartment like this one, of course you have to prepare money for a 1 year expense, because usually condos or apartments, they have like a 1 year term or contract term, and of course you have to have money for that. Also, you have to have money for water bill, electricity bill, and all that bills. bills, bills, bills. So if you are gonna live alone, be prepared for the bills, guys. Next one is from Christina D. What do you miss or not miss from living with your family? How far away from home is your place, and did your family have a say with regards to the location? So I definitely miss having people around, having people to talk to, basically. And I miss my dogs, all of them. I miss my mom's cooking. I miss the television and everything else. What do I not miss? I definitely do not miss the noise, because I cannot work peacefully at home because of all the dogs barking and all that stuff. And of course, you cannot expect people to shut up if you're gonna, do a video, because it's not your own place. That is why I wanted to have my own space. Yeah, I just wanted the place on my own. And how far away? It's just really near, which is a good thing. It's like 10 minutes away, so good thing. And did your family have a say with regards to the location? Of course, I actually brought my mom and my dad and my sisters to this place before I got it. I actually got it already, and then I brought them here. Next question is from Bujoey Buenafe, and she asked me what I do if ever I feel something in the apartment, like a paranormal thing again. And what I do is just I pray, and I just pray. Marie Rose, and she asked me if I am not afraid of all the crime or rape, chorva, lalo na pag ginagabi ka. And she asked me what are the most important things I have in my apartment. Okay, so of course I was super paranoid, especially the time when I learned that one of my batchmates from high school got killed by an unknown person in their house. So that time I was super scared, and I am not afraid because I know I'm a strong woman, and I just take all the necessary precautions when it comes to for example, riding the elevator. If you are in the elevator with like a bunch of guys, don't ride it, of course, if it's nighttime and if the guy looks suspicious or whatnot. There was this one time I was riding the elevator with one guy. It was so weird because I clicked the floor where I am going to, and he did not click any floors. So when the door opened, I waited for him to go out before I did, because I didn't want to go out first because he might do something or stuff like that. I'm just really super paranoid about that, and I usually don't smile when I am outside. I'm always like this. If I can go out without any makeup, I would, because if you look pretty with all the makeup, you could be a target or something like that. So what are the most important things I have in my apartment? Let me demonstrate. Please don't get scared. That's scary, right? So I have this taser gun, which was a gift to me from my good friend Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. So she gave this to me, and I bring it everywhere I go, especially if ginagabi ako. And this has a flashlight and the taser in it. So it's super funny because whenever I needed light, I would like press the wrong button and I would startle myself because it's the taser. So then I have this, and I also have, let me show you, I also have this. This just came in the mail, and this is like different sizes of knives. See, just showing you guys. So that's also one of the most important things in my apartment. And of course, you have to have the Bible. I'm sorry, ouch. The Bible and a bunch of rosaries. I have a rosary on my door just for protection. And next question is from Elena Amorganda, and she asked me, if you have any problems, do you go home to your parents? And when do you usually go home? I don't usually go home anymore. I just come for visits. For example, if I have packages over there, I would go there. Or if I wanted to visit my family, I would go there. Usually weekends, or it's very random. If I have problems, I would text them. My mom, I would text her. My sister, I message her. The next question is from Cheryl Fernandez, and she asked me if I get financial support from my parents. So ever since I graduated, it's all on me. All the bills and all that stuff on me. So I support myself fully. I don't get money from my parents. Matthew Wagan Celestino, do you get homesick? I actually do sometimes, and whenever I do get homesick, I would just go home because my house is just 10 minutes away, which is a good thing. Next one is from Hanan De Leon, and she asked me if I miss my mom's cooking. I surely miss my mom's cooking, and it's not every day that I have the motivation to like cook for myself because it's super exhausting and I don't really like cooking. This one is from Jessa Jacinto, and she asked me what is the hardest part of being independent. So aside from all the crazy bills, it would have to be not getting a break from being a grown-up. You cannot take a break from it. You cannot just give up because you will die. You have to support yourself. You have to eat, you have to clean, you have to do laundry and all that grown-up stuff. Next is also from Jessa Jacinto. How did you learn to live alone considering you've spent years living with your family? So there are just things in life that you learn to do because you have to. Oh, bongga, diba? Hugot! The last question is from Carlo Mortel, and he is asking me how much my rent is for this apartment. So my apartment is a studio type apartment, meaning there are no rooms and I have one restroom. So my monthly rent for this is 12,000 pesos plus other charges like association dues and stuff like that. So just giving you an idea how much it is to live if you're in Manila. I think it's more expensive because, you know, you're in the heart of the city. So that is it for my living alone video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If ever you just started out living alone, kudos to you. I know how hard it is. I am just 4 months into living alone or being independent, and I feel like nakakaloka minsan, but we all have to be grown-ups someday, somehow. So kudos to you if ever you're living alone or will just be starting to live alone. So yeah, I'm just so happy doing this video, and in a few years to come I'll be able to look back to it, and hopefully by that time I would have like a bigger apartment and a place of my own, because I'm just renting this apartment and I just really want to have my own house someday. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye!